Hello and welcome everybody to Crypto Rosetta. My name is Savage and today we're going to be having a look at ETH. Before we jump into the price action, just want to say thank you for watching the video. If you're enjoying the content, please smash that like button and hit that subscribe button if you haven't subscribed to it already and you're new to the channel. We were talking about this push to the upside yesterday, and hopefully if you had watched the video, you would have been anticipating it and been able to take advantage of that and also not gotten caught out. Okay, so we're going to get into the price action now. So within that, basically what we were talking about yesterday, we had a couple of options which we had the potential that we were either looking at this as a diagonal within this structure, and basically what that was looking at is this potentially as a 5-wave move into this high point, and then looking at this as a basically looking for within this structure, this is a 1, this is a 2, looking up here for this 3rd, 4th, and now what I'm anticipating is a move up for this 5th. So basically what we'd be wanting is confirmation of this 4th wave. So we've come into this zone here, the 1623 to the 1608. And what I'd be looking for further continuation here is actually to start to see some 5-wave structure push to the upside. We've got to be a little bit careful with these moves as saying that they're completed, because once we start to get extensions within these waves, they can actually look to push up even higher. So we just got to give it a bit of time and wait for these confirmations. But for the most part, we've actually come back down into this zone, which is a typical 4th area. So that's leading me to believe this potential option is available. There's a couple of ways of counting this move, and basically they end up with the same sort of idea within this structure. But within this, we effectively would be still looking for 2 more pushes up to the upside. So I was talking about the potential of coming up and testing this channel line for a while now, and we do have some signs that we potentially could look to play out with this move. So what we'd be looking for here is the potential is a 1, 2, 3. This is a 4. I'm looking for this 5th wave to the upside. So the 5th wave target for this would be the 714 to the 1691. That would be a typical area. Obviously, if we get further extension in here, this might push this slightly up. So we just need to wait for the confirmation of the rejection of that zone. And then basically what I would want to see there is a further rejection over here. So basically this would then all become a 1, 2. All of this would then become a 3, looking for this 4th wave to the downside and then looking for this 5th wave up. So with this, basically what we'd be then looking for is this as a completed move, in my opinion. We are right within this red box area, which we talked about yesterday as a typical 5th wave. So if this does start to turn around from here, it could be that within this move we have some nestled moves that aren't quite apparent at the moment, and it could have actually completed into here, though I don't think that it's the case. I'd want to see this move down and break these high points for me to think it's completed. So first this 1566, then this 1563, and then finally taking this 4th wave low here would be what I'd be looking for next, to say that this 5th wave is actually completed in here. So what we're still looking for is we're looking for the potential of this all being within this 3rd wave, this bigger 3rd wave. If I come here onto the 4-hourly, we can have a look at it. So basically all of this move inside this big white 3rd wave here, and then looking for that potential retest for a 4th, and then pushing up one more time for a 5th wave. So that's what I'm currently looking for, is this potential to have an additional 4th wave here. We don't have confirmation yet at the moment, so all we have here is a 3-wave move. What we want to see is we want to see this support come in for this 4th wave, and I'm going to just remove some of those shorter time frame stuff just so it's cleared up a little bit. Currently, so I'm going to go off the current price. Like I said, it is possible we still have further extension to the upside, but off the current price, what we'd be looking for really would be coming back down. I'd want to see a move really down towards this 236 at least, but between there and this 0.382 to this 1390 zone. So this has slightly changed this box area here, so I'm going to delete it for now. Until we get a completion of this move, we don't really have a zone that is set in stone as of yet. But this area here would be particularly interesting to me if we start to see some sideways bound action playing out here. Although if it is going to be, if we are looking for this as a flat here, then we should be anticipating that we're going to get a zigzag. So zigzags tend to come and retest this 50% zone. So we'll have to see whether we manage to push up for these additional waves, and then we look to break down. That would be a particularly interesting zone for me, this 50%, but we'd have to see how the waves form. It is also possible because because we've had quite a strong wave 3 here, maybe we only retest this 382, or like I said, come back into this range here of this previous zone. So if we do actually look to push up a few more times, this would change our target. And if we had to basically just speculate and say we came up and touched this channel line, effectively that 50% would then be 1424. So that would be coming back and retesting sort of these zones down here, the top end of it, potentially looking to retest some of these support zones. Yeah, so I mean, this could be something that plays out where we actually come back down here, retest these zones, and then look for this fifth wave. But until we actually have this fifth wave in play, we need to be aware that every time we've touched this channel, we've had a rejection off of it. So a move into it, or even breaking this without being able to hold above it, could be seen as a sign of weakness, and we could actually start to sell off from there. Yeah, so basically what we're looking for is this fourth wave confirmation. Once we get this fourth wave confirmation in here and we start to move to the upside for a fifth wave, what I'd then be looking for is effectively that that point where we have that turnaround and then we have a deeper retracement. I do think that we have a deeper retracement here. Within this structure, I don't see a reason why it would extend again, but we have to just be aware that sometimes if it does continue to extend up, then we'll have to reassess the count. But for the most part, at the moment, it is behaving as anticipated. So what I'd then be looking for is this fourth. Once we get this, you'll have a bit more information. So that's basically what we're looking at the moment. If we come back down here into the smaller time frames again, the other way we can potentially look at this, we were talking about it with an extension, and this is just breaking the move down slightly differently, and what it would be is a series of 1s and 2s here. So it doesn't really change it, except basically we'd still be looking for this fourth and a fifth up, and then an additional fourth and a fifth to the upside. So whichever one of these is playing out, it's still anticipated that we could see this additional push up here. And basically the invalidation points are pretty much the same. I wouldn't want to see us drop below this 1564 and this 1566 zone. Once we start to take these highs here, it becomes less likely that we're extending, unless this becomes then a wave 1 and a 2, and then we're looking to actually push up in a much bigger shape here, though there isn't anything indicating that at the moment. But if that were to take place, what we'd be looking for potentially is a move back down here towards this 50% zone to this sort of 786, finding support and then looking to move away. So if we do actually break down here, we can potentially still move down, find support, and then look to push up one more time. And this could just become a more complex structure where potentially this is an A, this is a B, and then we make some kind of a bigger flat correction. There is a lot of things that can still be playing out here, so we need to give it some time. But basically those are the zones we'll be watching for. Initially, we're going to be looking for these fourth wave, see if this holds, see if we get that push up, see if we get a retracement down, see if we find that support again, and see if we get that final push up. Once we have this final push up, then I would sort of be anticipating for this bigger fourth wave to start. And basically, yeah, depending on where it completes, if we had to argue and say it completes in our fifth box area up there, like I said, we'll have to just get this onto this low point here again. Let's get this up here into this box. Let's say we go midway into our box. 382 would be 1481, 50% would be this 1411. I wouldn't want to see us go much deeper with this fourth wave here. Like I said, there is potential that we can, if we do come deeper and we manage to hold this low point of this 1150 and we actually come down deeper past this 50%, between this 50% and this 786, then we can argue that potentially we're getting the start of a bigger move here, where we could look at this as a potential and additional 1 and 2. However, we'd also have to be careful, because at that point we'd just have a 3-wave move and it could always look to break down. So we'll be tracking the moves as they happen, and we'll keep you up to date as best we can. And I hope you found the video useful. If you did, smash that like button. If you're new to the channel, if you've been watching and you haven't subscribed, hit that subscribe button so you get kept up to date with these moves, because we were talking about this yesterday. So if you weren't aware of it, or you got caught on the other side of this, just hit that subscribe button and you might get yourself out of some issues if you're watching the content. You know, there's lots of ideas. We're not always right. No one is. But, you know, at least if you got a few options on the table, it might help you out. Okay, everyone, I hope you have a great day, and we'll see you in the next video. Take care out there.